We're here with Mark Castrillon, and he is playing the Canyon Club tonight, and he's opening for Rick Emmett.
Yeah.
How's it going, Mark?
Good. Excited, man. I've been waiting for the show for months.
Yeah?
Very excited, yeah.
You're a big Triumph fan?
I am. The first time I saw Triumph was at the US Festival. I was 14 and a half years old, and I managed to go get myself in the concert, and it just... I went to see... I was a Van Halen fan, a Van Halen freak, and I saw Triumph, and I'd seen them... I'd had their albums, but I'd never seen them live, and kind of changed the way I made me want to have a power trio, because the only really Canadian band I knew had a trio ever was Rush, and they used to call them Baby Rush. I don't know if you remember that, but huge fan. I was just a huge fan of the band, a huge fan of Rick. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. Fought hard to get on this bill.
Yeah. What tunes of his are you looking forward to tonight?
Oh man. Probably more, not enough he's going to play. I mean, he's going to do Lay on the Line, Magic Power. If he did Ordinary World, I'd love it. See, I think he's going to do Somebody's Out There, maybe Allied Forces. I don't know. I mean, I love it all.
Yeah.
And he's got solo stuff, so I don't know if he's going to do that. He's got this other guy with him. I think he's kind of mixing it up a little bit. But yeah, I'm just psyched to be sharing the stage with one of my idols, man. That's pretty cool.
Cool. So how about you? You are a full-time working LA musician, father of 3. So how do you balance your career with your family?
Very carefully. I have 2 older kids, 22 and 20, so I don't need to balance them so much, but I have an 8-year-old. And I don't know, you just kind of make it work, You make it work, and when you have a lifestyle like that, I think when your kids grow up like that, it doesn't seem abnormal to them. It's just kind of like, oh, Dad's leaving at 8, he'll be back at 3 in the morning, And they just kind of roll with it, They just, I've just kind of always done it, so it just works. It's a little crazy, but I take it over a desk job anyway.
Yeah.
And I did that for many years too, so.
So you appreciate it even more not having to do it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a tough lifestyle in the sense that there's no steady paycheck, and it's a constant hustle. Gigs change from left to right, everything. But it's when you're passionate about something, that's what kind of keeps you going,
Yeah.
I'm fried, I'm tired, I'm really ticket sales, all the show, but it's the passion that kind of keeps me going.
Yeah. So let's talk about your background a little bit. What got you into music, and what have you done up to this point?
Well, I started music really young. I started in church choirs when I was really young, like 8. I started playing saxophone when I was 7. My mom was musical, and it was just kind of always in me. And I picked up guitar at 14, became a teenage runaway, and just played in bands. Just kind of, in the 80s, it was a very different time. Music was very different, so I just kind of played. I didn't really have any direction. I was a guitar player. I wasn't a solo artist. I was just a guitar player. I just wanted to play guitar in bands, and I did that. Played in cover bands, and like a lot of artists, it's a path. It's a path. You start one point, you end another point, and it's all the twists and turns along the way. And so I kind of went from being a side man and doing hired gun stuff and some session stuff, and in the 80s and 90s playing some tribute bands and just a little of everything. And then ultimately, around 2003, I was working with Bret Michaels, and we finished a solo album, and I was going to tour with the band. And I just kind of decided I was ready to do my own thing. I didn't want to be a sideman anymore. And I didn't want to, my writing was a little bit more contemporary, where I was trying to get away from the 80s stuff, where even though I loved it, I was trying to, because I knew that it wasn't going to get me anywhere in the future. So I decided to, I'm like, well, I can sing as good as some of these other guys. I can play guitar. I'll just do it myself. So I started kind of doing my own solo thing and put my first record out in 2006. And just been, aside from working as a working musician, I do shows like this. I opened for Richard Marx, for Foreigner, Edwin McCain, Tal Bachman, Paul Stanley last year. Just assortment of artists, like artists that I like and respect. I always like to open for, and try to expose myself to as many people as possible, and sell my last record, and getting ready to hopefully finish my new one in the next couple of months, and put that out digitally and on CD, and just keep making music. The music business is different nowadays, so you just kind of do what you do, and I don't have any expectations or delusions. I do what I do, and just grateful that I can do shows like this where I can play my stuff for people.
Awesome.
That 30 minutes, it's all about that 30 minutes on stage tonight.
Sure. So how many songs are you playing tonight?
So I'm going to do 7. Normally I do 8.
7.
Yeah, but I'm taking one of my songs that I wrote on guitar. I'm going to play on piano. I never play piano on stage, so I'm going to play piano on stage tonight. So,
oh, wow.
So there might be a few flubs here and there, but and I have a buddy of mine, Dan Kalisher, who's phenomenal pedal steel slide player, so he's going to join me, just a little accent. And I got a special cover I'm going to finish with a Tom Petty song.
Nice.
I was laboring over. I've always finished my shows with cover songs,
Mm-hmm.
and I could not. For this one, just like, what do I play? Because I tried to cater it towards the crowd a little bit, and then I got back from Arizona from a gig, and I heard the news, and I'm like, okay, it's got to be a Tom Petty song. So it might be one of those not a dry ice in the eye in the house kind of things, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited. I'm gonna play 2 new songs off my new record and stuff off the first record, and then yeah, just have a good time, man.
What's your first record called?
Shades of Eight. Yeah.
And when did you release it?
That was 2006.
2006.
Which is way too long to go, but you know, you're a dad and a working musician, like the bills come first. And so I've written a lot and recorded a lot, but just, you know, I wanted to do an album of material that I thought was cohesive. Like, okay, this is not like it's like 8 songs you just threw together.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so I'm doing it by myself this time, which takes longer.
Sure.
So.
And you've had great gigs too. You've played at the Beverly Wilshire, the Four Seasons.
Yeah, those are a lot of the ones I do. I do all those things. I get to play for a lot of rich movie stars and stuff like that. It's, you know, it's interesting. It has its moments.
It's a great gig, sure.
Yeah. I'm really kind of over the place. I play so many different places. Every week is different. But yeah, I play some of those hoity-toity places.
Yeah. And so you call yourself an acoustic troubadour then?
Yeah, well, that's kind of primarily most of my gigs are acoustic when I was just me and my guitar, you know, which is, it's kind of funny because it's such an old art form theoretically. You know, it's like you think of the 60s or 70s, a guy with an acoustic playing, but that's mainly most of my gigs are acoustic gigs.
Yeah.
So they've really, you know, you do 20 years of that and you kind of develop a sound, kind of your own, you know, but I have a full band. I, you know, rock out and all that stuff. It's just, that's kind of my thing. That's my new album's called Troubadour. It just seemed kind of fitting, you know. It's not that it's going to be all acoustic. It's just that I'm kind of a one-man guy, you know, show, and I do my things on my own. I'm an independent artist, so it kind of felt fitting to see, like, you know, it's kind of me, you know, just me. This is me with my guitar. That's kind of it. At the end of the day, when you strip everything away, it's just me and my guitar.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I like that sound. I'm a big acoustic guy, so I love it.
Cool. What's the best gig you've ever played?
Well, you know, I guess different reasons. I would say this might be my favorite. This one, yeah. I mean, open for Lou Gramm was a huge deal for me because he was a huge inspiration on me. But they just, you know, I try to make the next show better than the last. You know, find an artist that I like and respect, and this was one that I fought really hard to get on because he was a really big inspiration on me musically, and so. You know, it's cool to be able to share this. You know, I'm not on stage with him, playing with him, but I'm sharing the stage with one of my idols. You know,
sure.
Paul Rogers, and that was another one that was probably at the top of my list. You know,
yeah.
I'm just grateful to play with people that, you know, inspire me. Like, this kind of stuff inspires me to keep doing it. You know,
yeah.
And so it's exciting.
You've opened up for Loverboy too.
Oh yeah, last year at Sublime.
Did you see the video of the guy that got up and sang for Mike Reno the other night when he couldn't continue?
No.
It was like a rock star moment. You'll have to check it out online. He got up there and he rocked it in front of the whole crowd.
Like Mike lost his voice or something?
Yeah, and he couldn't continue with the show. They asked somebody from the crowd and he came up and did it. And it
wasn't staged?
It wasn't staged, no.
Wow.
And he was.
I wanted to, believe me. When I play with him, I was like, I know all these words. I want to get him to sing, but he had his voice just fine then.
Yeah, it was a guy from a Foreigner tribute band, and he went up there and he rocked it.
How funny!
Yeah, I'll send you the link later on.
Yeah, I think, you know what's funny now. That's another Canadian I'm open for now.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so funny. I didn't even think about it. That's another. I got to sing for Canadians, I guess. And
you performed for the Princess of Thailand at the Hotel Bel Air.
Yeah.
Wow. How did that come about?
It was just to an Asian gig I went, and it's just, you know, I was exposed to a very different culture, and it was very uptight. It was like 16 people in a room, you know, and that culture has a level of appreciation of music that is really astounding, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And the catalog of music that they know and ask for, you think they wouldn't know because it's American music, it's Western music, but you know, that music just transcends all cultures, and it's, you know, it's just another gig. To me, it's another gig, but it's exciting because it's something new. You know, it's like you get to do something that you've never experienced before. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You've opened up for Paul Stanley here at the Canyon Club. Edwin McCain, Tal Bachman.
I did a Little River Band here. Richard Marx here. I can't remember how else. Lou Gramm was at the Coach House, which obviously these guys own. Yeah. I'm really particular, you know, I look at the calendar and I try to always find somebody that I admire that sort of fits musically, you know. They've offered me LA Guns and all this stuff. I was like, that's not really my music. It's not my crowd. So it's tough because not a lot of great artists come through this town anymore. LA, it's not what it used to be.
Right.
Most bands skip LA.
Yeah.
You know, so
the fickle concert goers here.
yeah, guys, like people are asking about ticket sales. Well, LA, you know, nobody likes to commit until the last minute, and so
Yeah.
So it's hard because I don't want just to open for anybody. These shows are a big deal to me. I put a lot of work into them, and I want the crowd to feel like it's a good fit. And if I was a punk guy and I opened for Rick, it'd be like, you know, this doesn't work. So
Yeah.
and I try to cater my set. I'll go through my song catalog and I'll be like, okay, this works. I think this, you know, creating. You got a half hour to get everybody's attention. You got a half hour to keep everybody's attention and to hopefully maybe remember one of your songs. And so that's what I try to do. I try to create some kind of, you know, flow to it so you keep people interested.
Yeah.
Every show I try to make a little different. You know, for me and because I just think that, you know, people come to see you again. It's, you know, it's like having the same hamburger every day. You know, you want to change it up a little bit. You know.
Sure.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
You want to talk about the jam night scene a little bit? The current.
Yeah, I've been down in a few months, but I was really, you know, when I got started in that was when they invited me down when they did the Prince tribute. Were you there for that?
Yeah.
So I had, and here's the funny thing is that I'm a guitar player that sings, so that was the first time I had ever stepped on stage in my entire life without a guitar and singing. Like a front man, like I didn't know what to do with my hands, you know, but I met a lot of great people there and they just kept asking me to come down and it's funny, they consider me like a vocalist when I'm really a guitar player.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of nice. I get to go there, and I mean, I've played with some amazing people there, and that rush and that, you know, that anxiety you get right before you're going on stage and you're playing with people you've never played with, and you're hoping you don't mess them up, you don't mess a song up or anything like that. And I've made some. Actually, the guy who's playing with me tonight is playing pedal steel. I met him at Lucky Strike.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's been great, man. It's really like it's been a good thing. You know, all the jams have a different flavor and they have a different crowd, but having grown up here and watched the 80s go away and then the 90s, the strip just die. It was like, you know, when Chuck Wright started his thing at Ultimate and then moved, it's like a little pulse is coming back, you know? Not what it used to be in the 80s, but there's a pulse. Like people are going out to see live music and staying and enjoying it, and I think you have to give them new stuff because people get bored. You can't underestimate people's intelligence and serve them the same old dribble.
Right.
So that's the thing. I think there's been a lot of competition, maybe friendly, not so much. I don't know. But like, hey, let's do this night, let's do that night, and it's like, ooh, everybody keeps raising the bar, you know, and trying to get more and more players, and more bigger players find out about it. You know, the David Lee Roth thing they had that never quite took off, and you know, the guys from King's X or whatever when they had Sheehan and Vi and Nuno and Tom Morello. I mean, only in LA.
Yeah.
Only in LA. That's the stuff you miss when you don't live in LA. So,
Yeah.
no, it's been good. I mean, it's a good networking thing to meet great players. You know, everybody's there kind of, you know, hey, what are you doing? Get a gig, here's my card. But at the same time, you get up on stage and you click with somebody and it's a cool thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Do you want to talk about any of the horrible events that have happened in the last few days? Do you have anything to say?
Well, I was in Arizona playing in the middle of nowhere, so I came home and I just moved. I didn't have any cable or internet or anything, and I woke up Monday morning and to find out that a few of my friends had played during the day on the Vegas stage, and I have a few friends that played in some bigger bands that didn't play. I think it's Jason Aldean said that it happened during. And, you know, I mean, I'm a father of 3, and I'm born and raised in LA, and the first thing that comes to my mind is like, you're just not safe anywhere. I mean, music, the one place that people go to be free and safe, you know. And then within hours, the Tom Petty thing, it was just like, you know, I didn't rush to social media and give some eulogy or like that, but it was. I talked to several people at the dance, but every time I talked to them, the hair raised on my arms. It was that, I don't know how to explain how that affected me, but it's like a piece of your history in your life. You feel it just got chipped away. Whatever you associate his music to or that era or that genre. I mean, it's 40 years of music, and I'm going to be 49, so for the better part of my entire life, I've been listening to Tom Petty's music. So, I don't know, man. I mean, I hate to sound glum. It's just sad. These days are, you know, you just live your life the best you can and hope that there's tomorrow. You know, that's it. I mean, that's what I tend to be a writer that writes a little on the somber and, you know, not darker side, but just, you know, I write what I see and I feel, and so this week kind of ironically just, you know, got some of the juices flowing, and so something good comes out of it in the sense of creativity and sharing, whether it's pain or emotion with people, and that's what people relate to. I have songs that I've written about specific subjects that people come up to me and say, "Oh, you wrote this about that." I'm like, "No, I didn't," but it's how people interpret a song. It could be about a girl, but you think it's about a daughter or a son, something like that. So, I just hope we're around for a long time still. That's all.
Yeah.
I hope that nothing happens like that in a show I ever go to. It's tragic.
What's the best concert you've ever been to?
Oh man, I don't know about best. I don't know. That's a damn good question. I've been to so many concerts in my life. Probably an early Van Halen show.
Yeah.
Like early 80s Van Halen show, yeah. Yeah, with Roth. Probably something like that, yeah. Just because it's a significant time in my life and they were my favorite band. But the S Festival was pretty crazy.
Yeah, you're lucky to have attended that.
Yeah, I mean, I was very young. My parents would not let me go, but I found a way to go. And I was little, and I got up there, and it was 100 fucking degrees, and and the band that I went to see sounded like shit. I mean, Van Halen they were hammered.
Yeah.
They were hammered, and it was a show, a spectacle, but it was really Triumph was the one that left the impression on the day with me.
Yeah.
Because it was '83, so you didn't have. There wasn't tons of videos. There wasn't YouTube. There wasn't all this stuff. So when you didn't see your band every day, like now you could just click and see your favorite band and 10 concerts or 20 years ago, but it was to see these three guys come on stage, and I read. I'm pretty sure that something happened with their gear, so they weren't able to use all their own stuff. Something got happened, and they had to end up kind of throwing it together. But I still have the DVD, the S Festival DVD at home. I watch it all the time. It's just, there's something inspiring. Three guys making that much noise, that much sound. It was crazy. So, this is kind of big. This might be my favorite show that I've ever played. This one with Rick. I'm a little nervous.
Cool.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
What do you want to wrap with? What are your closing comments?
I want to keep doing what I'm doing, and I'm